Okay, Pequeña, what would you want your story to be about tonight?
My story should be about a brain that looked like that looks like cotton candy
Hmm.
with a with an evil inside. And and the doctor saw that in the kid. He was like, "What? This guy is an alien."
This is the story of poor little Timmy. Little Timmy was a young kid, happy, full of energy. Not too many friends because he was still 5 years old. And one day, little Timmy's parents started seeing on the television that there was some scary disease going on around. And a group of people, that have been sentenced in a court of law to pay the largest fine in human history for lying and defrauding humanity and killing people. That group of people was in charge of developing a vaccine for it. Well, as you can imagine, the vaccine that they developed not only didn't stop the transmission of that disease or prevent people from getting sick, but it would also get into their brains. And in particular, little Timmy's dad and mom took him to get the vaccine because they believed that to be a protection. They wouldn't listen to any of the scientists that were given the warnings, or even friends or family members in some cases. And so they just took Timmy to get the vaccine. And when the vaccine went into Timmy's body, among many, many other things, it took over his brain. But it just so happened that at that exact time, Timmy was eating cotton candy. And so the vaccine, when it felt all the rush of sugar, assembled itself on Timmy's brain and changed his brain into an angry cotton candy. So now Timmy was like a robot, but he was pretending to be Timmy. But their parents realized that something was off. He was behaving very strange. After the vaccine, he would get tired too often, or sometimes his chest would hurt. And they were worried about those things. But the doctors assured him that it was definitely not the vaccine. However, one of the doctors decided to make a test and to put Timmy's body inside of a machine that could look inside of his body. And guess what they found? They found the cotton candy brain that looked so angry inside of Timmy's head. And the doctor was shocked. He had no idea what that was. And so he put a little thing on the ear of little Timmy with a magnifying glass so he could see inside. And when he looked inside, he saw a very angry cotton candy saying, "Rah, rah, rah, what are you looking at? Get away from here." Rah, 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 rah. And so the doctor at first got scared and he didn't know what to do. He had never seen a case like Timmy. I mean, he'd seen a lot of kids having heart attacks and problems like that, also tons of allergies and neurological disorders, but never an angry cotton candy. The doctor remembered that the company that made the vaccine uh, wanted to hide what the studies have revealed from the vaccine for like 90 years, but that a judge ruled that that was not to be and that the company had to release that information. And so he went to the public information, which had like I don't know, about 1,000 different side effects from the vaccine that the company wanted to keep secret because they didn't want people to know how toxic it was. It was like 3 or 4 pages of really small print. And the doctor read the whole thing. And there was lots of things, especially heart problems and other problems like that. But he didn't see anything about an angry cotton candy. So there was absolutely no historical reference for this. He decided to tell the parents that he needed to convey with lots of other experts. And so he wrote letters to the top neurologists of the country. And one by one, they flew in there to see the miracle child that had an angry cotton candy for a brain. And every one of them, when they took a look inside through the ear, it was like, "Ah, get out of here! Ah, don't come back!" And they were all so shocked until a kid that was at the hospital said, "What are you guys doing all here? What are you playing? I want to play too." And before the doctors could say anything, the little kid grabbed the thing that goes into Timmy's ear and looked inside, and again, "Rah, rah, rah, get out of here! I've never seen your face and I don't want to see it again," said the angry cotton candy. And the kid was like, "Oh, that cotton candy is so angry. I bet he wants some sugar." And the doctors were like, "Why? Wait a second, I think she's right. Sugar is glucose. The brain needs a lot of glucose. We definitely need to give him sugar. That's how he's going to feel better. Let's try it." And so they brought little Timmy some really sweet fruits and some fruit juice. And Timmy ate the fruit and the fruit juice. And then they all decided, okay, who's going to look inside to see if the cotton candy brain is still angry? Somebody has to test if this sugar thing worked. And everybody was like, "No, I don't want to see him again. He's mean to me. Yes, he yelled something bad. Oh, yes, he yelled something bad to me too. I dare not say it again." So nobody wanted to do it. And so the little girl said, "All right, guys, I know what you have to do. You have to play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever is last standing has to look." And so all the doctors agree, "All right, all right, all right. So rock, paper, scissors, go." "Oh, no, I won." "Okay." Because in this case, if you win, if you lose, you're disqualified. But if you win, then you have to stay. "Rock, paper, scissors, go." "Yeah, I lose. Now you have to do it. Rock, paper, scissors, go." And when the last one was standing, he was like, "All right, I'm going to look. Please give me a hug if this uh, cotton candy, angry cotton candy says evil things to me." And so he put his little magnifying thing in Timmy's ear and looked inside. And the cotton candy was like, "Oh, hi. Oh, you want to be friends?" "Yeah, it worked." And that's how they solved the mystery of Timmy's angry cotton candy brain. And from that day on, all they needed to do was check to see how much sugar Timmy had in his body, and if he needed some or if he had too much, then fix that. And Timmy lived happily ever after. The end. Why do you say that? Oh, sorry, I need some sugar. I have cotton candy in my head. Good night. Oh, this might have been a mistake. Good night, pequeñín.
What?
Good night.
What did he say?
Que ojalá que tengas lindos sueños.
It's your mistake that it's gonna make a story.
No, that I thought you were going to get way too excited and not go to sleep.